Talking about the playoffs, they are coming. We will start Wild Card Weekend on NBC at 4:30 Eastern, and then right here on Peacock, exclusively, the second game of that doubleheader. So just like today, Saturday when the playoffs start on NBC, then on Peacock. We'll also have a game Sunday night. Wild formation here as they throw to Everett, who goes to the outside and gets a couple of yards. Greg Russo, the tackle, as they line up to try to throw the Bills off of it.
That was some play by Rousseau there. He really saved that one.
And they stay on the ball. Don't huddle. 2nd and 8. Stick. Everything covered on the first look. So this gives a lot of space for Stick, who goes to Everett, who got hit at the 1-yard line. What a play out of the back by Rasul Douglas. I think he has the first down at the 1, but Rasul Douglas saves the touchdown.
Even Rasul Douglas is laughing about that shot. Comes up. This is some play by Easton Stick, though. Looked forever like he was going to run it, and he drew the guy to him. But look at the shot by Rasul Douglas. Gerald Everett's a big man, and he went straight backwards.
Your offensive lineman in here, Chris. Jordan McFadden. First and goal for the Chargers. Stick. Design run. In for the touchdown. Easton Stick.
I don't know, Mike. Is this one of those Christmas miracles we hear about? We're talking about Giff Smith. He's never even been a coordinator. Now he's the head coach. We're talking about Easton Stick, who gets no practice time over the last however long, 4 or 5 years. And here they are, the team that everybody fell in love with this week, the Buffalo Bills, and they're up 10-0, 9-0 already.
Dicker, you were right.
I knew I was. I should have never backed off of it.
I was pulling for him and for you. How about this? How about Easton Stick? Born in Nebraska. College days, championship days at North Dakota State. Brought to you by Walmart Plus. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark, Terry McCauley, our rules analyst. Double dipping. Terry worked the early game with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. The Steelers winning 34-11. Khalil Shakir back there with Fournette. It's a touchback. Bills down 10-0, take over the 25. Giff Smith, the interim coach for the Chargers. Of course, we're going to use Giffs to tell you his career story. Did you hear about the new coach? Georgia Southern. He was a great playing stud, 3-time national champ, All-American defensive end. Then started his coaching career at Arkansas with Joe Kynes. Bunch of stops in the South with so many great folks. And then the D-line coach in Buffalo with Chan Gailey.
Come on.
He's the 3rd interim coach. Cheers to Giff.
You wouldn't do that to Bill Belichick.
Well, when Giff gets to 300-something wins, we'll do it for him too, right? 3rd interim coach, Antonio Pierce with the Raiders, Chris Tabor with the Panthers, and now Giff Smith. Run of 5 there to the 30-yard line to get this drive going for Cook.
Let's show the Giff Smith that I know. Back in the day, here we go, Georgia Southern. He was a defensive lineman that used to plant quarterbacks. He has these guys playing like he used to play. Fired up, emotional. Let's get across the line of scrimmage. Let's make something happen. And so far, his players are playing like he played.
How about those highlights? Playing for Irk Russell, great college coach. 2nd and 5 here. He's Cook some space at line, creating some holes. For a good gain for Cook, out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 10.
And this is really what we saw from James Cook a week ago. The patience, but then once he gets into the hole and gets a little space, you see the explosiveness. And it's no surprise to me at all that the Buffalo Bills go, okay, we're down 10-0. Let's get back to what we did a week ago, right? Let's settle ourselves down here a little bit, start pounding the football at these guys.
Yeah, good call. They throw at David Edwards, the other lineman. Dawkins is pulling here, trying to lead the way for Cook. And gained 3 yards. It was so impressive and almost shocking the way they just physically dominated Dallas up front.
Well, and we know Dallas has some injuries up front. We know Dallas struggles a little bit. They like to play smaller guys at that linebacker position. to help in coverage. But basically what it did was it took the great Dallas pass rush out of the game, and they just kept pounding it at him all night long.
Hey, Gold Mormon! Gold Mormon! Gold Mormon! Blue out! Blue out!
2nd and 7 for Allen. Scanning and escaping. Flag down as Josh slides down at the 49-yard line. Flag thrown at the escape hatch there as the linemen were hanging on for dear life.
Holding offense, number 60, 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
That's Mitch Morse, started his career with the Chiefs, made the Pro Bowl last year, his 5th year now with the Bills.
Morse has been the anchor for this offensive line that's been together basically this entire season. They have barely missed any plays at all. There's a little grab of the jersey, and that's what they saw. Big, big opportunity, though, for this Charger defense now after that foul.
Biggs in motion, 2nd and 17. There's the throw. It's complete to the 40-yard line. Utilizing the tight ends here. Now there are a couple with Dawson Knox back in the lineup, and Dalton Kincaid is such a great addition to this team.
I tell you what, Mike, this is a different defense than what they have been typically playing. They're taking a page out of the Buffalo Bills defensive look. They're playing soft, they're playing too deep, they're not giving up the big plays. This defense has given up more big plays in passing games than anybody over the last couple of years, and now they're saying let's keep it in front of us. And here's their 3rd down opportunity.
And Khalil Mack time. Gets double attention. And after the chip, the pass to Kincaid is incomplete. And the Bills will have to kick it away.
Take care of first things first. You have to take care of Khalil Mack. 15 sacks on the season. They have 2 guys out there. Kincaid's going to release late. But that's the 2nd time now that Josh Allen had a free runner and probably the 1st down, and they don't connect.
It's 3 drives, 1 first down, and punting from right around here. First 2 punts in last scrimmage was the 41. Now it's the 40. Operations, they are the ones who will be charged with the what's next for this Chargers franchise that has a lot of good pieces to build around. JoJo Wooden is taking over as the interim general manager, replacing Tom Telesco. He's been around here for a long time, quarter century in the NFL, played his football at Syracuse, with the Jets, now with the Chargers, and a chance for him to take the GM spot for now. His pass for Everett is incomplete. Taron Johnson there in the coverage, and it's 3rd down coming up.
Big play right here. That was a missed opportunity to pick up that 1st down, but what we've seen so far is that Easton Stick has been very much under control, Mike, and no pressure. I don't think he's been touched in this game. Remember now, in the 2 games, he fumbled 4 times and lost 3 of them. And so far, the Bills can't test him.
That was the major flaw in the game against the Raiders.
No doubt.
Back-to-back turnovers in the midst of the avalanche. 3rd down, they're going to throw. It's caught by Palmer. Too many bodies to get through, and Terrell Bernard back on the field. The beginning of the drive makes the stop there, and a 3-and-out after the great punch for Buffalo.
Yeah, the only thing you want to be careful of if you're the LA Chargers is 10 points is not enough. It's not even close to enough against this Buffalo Bills team, who I still think, you know, they lived a little bit on that celebration last week. They had a short week. They had to fly across the country. The Buffalo Bills offense at some point is going to wake up, and they're going to wake up with an explosion.
You telling Buffalo everything's okay right now?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Got with the hang time. The kick is 48. Make it 49. Here's Hardy. Fumbled last time. Gets to the edge. Well covered all the way to the sideline. Chargers special teams pretty good. Return it through. It's the naughty or nice season. Josh Allen been naughty or nice? A little bit of both. A lot of turnovers, but a lot of touchdowns. Sean McDermott's seen both sides of it. It's okay. And 9 straight games with an interception, not good. Longest streak since Peyton Manning back in 2015. but happiness. 10 games with both a passing and a rushing touchdown. And that kind of encapsulates the Josh Allen experience. There are just hold on to your hat moments with him at quarterback.
I don't think they're trading.
I think no way. Not for a second. A gift they are keeping. Scrambling here. Nice move. Downfield. Gabe Davis got it. Davis in for the touchdown.
Boom.
So nice.
There's the explosion right there. You're just going to get a takeoff route on the outside out here as the scramble drill starts. And Josh Allen, who can throw it a mile even with that bad shoulder, Gabe Davis has been that big playmaker. And you have to remember, we talked about it, 3 of the last 4 games, he didn't have a catch. And it just happens so fast with this offense. I've seen this movie too many times before.
Always comes through in the big moments, doesn't he? Gabe Davis. Tyler Bass. Extra point. Knocks that through. Are we in Inglewood or are we in Orchard Park? You hear how loud it was when Davis scored?
I did.
Man, the Mafia travels cross country.
Yeah, and the more that they move Easton Stick around, I think the better off they're going to be. And there's the 2 guys on the outside that have made so many plays for this Buffalo Bills offense, and they have an honest conversation going at all times. Gabe's one of the few guys that can actually get away with it with this.
Chargers kept this at the line of scrimmage, not huddling. 2nd and 5. And Stick will run. Eckler with a bit of a block on Rasul Douglas. And Stick gets 2. Out to the 15. Should note that Will Greer, who was acquired from the Cowboys, is now the backup quarterback. He was with the Cowboys, I should say, a few years ago. He was picked up off the practice squad of New England on Tuesday. There, Greer is the number 2 behind Stick. Max Duggan, the rookie from TCU, is the emergency 3rd quarterback for the Chargers tonight.
Man, would they like to have Keenan Allen right now. Austin Eckler may be the next best. Here we go, a little Wildcat action.
3rd and 3. He fakes the pitch to Stick, gets the block on the edge, and gets the first down to the 23-yard line. So Slater was pulling the tackle out there as Kellen Moore dips into the playbook a little bit.
Well, and that's what happens when you have a team that has nothing to lose, got a little embarrassed, got a lot embarrassed a week ago. You're willing to experiment. You're willing to try, and that makes them even more dangerous.
Eckler out the inside run to the 30, and on bodies he rolls over. That should be right around the first down as they mark it at the 32-yard line. They're going to move the chains here as Eckler gains 10.
And the Chargers are running better, and I want to give them credit because that has not been their strength. But I do want to say one other thing, that Jordan Phillips and Daquan Jones, their 2 best inside, are not there on this defensive line. So there's some opportunities to attack the Bills now in a way that maybe you wouldn't have a week ago.
Phillips got hurt in the Dallas game, wrist surgery. He's on injured reserve. Daquan Jones has been there since week 5 with a pec injury, but he's starting to practice. Stick, shot downfield for Johnston. Jostled out of his break. It's incomplete. Here's Melissa.
Mike, Austin Eckler, one of the longest tenured Chargers. He's in the final year of his contract. He isn't sure what the future holds. He told me the most important factor for him is knowing how a team plans to use him in the offense. I asked about his usage this season. He said it's tough. We started out with a plan. It didn't work. We couldn't adjust. Then he said, for me, it's more than just the scheme. It's also about the culture and the mentality of a team.
There's the brain trust, Melissa, that's going to have to make the decisions going forward, whether JoJo Wooden's here or not. Front office evaluating everyone here. Quick pitch to Joshua Kelly, and he's wrapped up by Tyrell Dodson. Inside linebacker in his 4th year out of Texas A&M, getting the Bills fans riled up.
You know, this Tyrell Dodson has really turned into something. We've got him graded as the best player on this defense. And I know I'm going to get a lot of arguments with that. But really, since he came in, Bernard had sort of been the leader of the defense at middle linebacker. They went to Dorian Williams. But when Dodson came in, is really one of the takeoff moments for this Bills defense.
He and Bernard, the linebacker combo. Bernard blitzing. So is Taron Johnson. Stick got away. There's a flag as he escapes. Stick runs for the first down. He's a yard and a half shy. Stuck there by Taylor Rapp. Used to be a Ram and play his home games here. But this one looks like it is coming back. That's marked at the 41. It's 1 full yard shy of the first down. It would set up 4th and 1 if they decline the penalty. Just back them up here.
Holding offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
And it's one of the problems, Mike, when you deliver pressure defensively, because eventually somebody holds. I mean, you've been around. It's the reason people talk about, 14-play drives don't work consistently in this league. Eventually somebody's going to hold. You're going to have some negative play, and defenses, especially the Buffalo Bills, they play to that. They do not give up big plays.
Penalty on Everett, 3rd and 22. Trying to get it to Everett. He's got it, but not going to go anywhere. Stays down there, closed down by Christian Benford. So Chargers got out of the backed up spot when Darius Davis muffed the kickoff. But don't do much else, and the Bills will get it back. 5 minutes till halftime.
Big turn, and really it's been 2 punts that backed them up that has turned the tide.
It's a great point. Don't lose the Sam Martin punt that backed up the Chargers inside the 5. They kind of changed the momentum. Chargers 3 and out. Bills a 1-play touchdown. Now J.K. Scott's kick. 54 yards. The 26. Hardy turns it upfield. Now take it across the 36 to the 37. Ogbong Bamiga. This is Dawson Knox for about 9 yards. We'll mark him down 1 shy at the 46. Buffalo Bills, Chris, trying to get to the playoffs. Simplest path. There are many options. This is the simplest. Win the last 3 and they're in. They can win the division if they win the last 3. And Miami loses one of their next 2. That's against Dallas and at Baltimore next 2 Sundays. The Bills
next 1.
That's a good point. That's right. The Bills play New England and then at Miami week 18. That's why that path to the division is there. Hook across midfield to the 48-yard line.
And for this Chargers defense, I mean, we talked about some of the big plays, but this team since 2021 under Brandon Staley gave up 223 plays of 20 or more yards. That's the most in the NFL. Same thing with touchdowns of 20 plus. They were second most in that category. They just gave up a big play. So they just have to regroup here. And they were playing so well at sort of being protectable on the back end, and they got burned by a Josh Allen scramble.
Here's Cook trying to get hot. Back to the numbers from last week. Gain of 4 there. And Melissa has more on the running back.
Mike, James Cook, very first carry in the NFL was here at SoFi, the season opener last year against the Rams, and he fumbled. He was benched for the rest of the game. A lot has changed since then. He told me, I got to erase all those memories. I learned from it. Cook, you mentioned, coming off the best game of his career against the Cowboys. He said, I'm not going to lie. That was the most fun I've had since I've been in the NFL.
Takes some time, right? We were all here that kickoff game against the Rams. Can you understand? The head coach can put you on the bench when that happens as a rookie. Davis the catch. Gabe Davis catch and run to the 25-yard line. Gain of 20. It's one of those Gabe Davis nights as he got past Asante Samuel.
And he has a little Deebo Samuel in him, doesn't he? No. Just a big, strong guy. And once he makes the catch, these defensive backs aren't that.
To Maria Taylor, as she's had a great run now, waiting for the birth of her child. So Maria, we wish you all the best to our entire Sunday Night Football team as you're watching back home tonight. Cook on the run to the 16-yard line. Pickup of about 8 for James Cook, and the yards are coming on the ground here. A little physicality in this second quarter.
And the other thing that we really haven't seen yet is we haven't seen that guy yet, Stephon Diggs. He's on the sideline. Not sure if there's anything wrong or if they're just putting together a little different sequence here. But you're definitely now seeing Sean McVay